YouTube channel. In this video, we are going to cover Azure Data Factory. We are going to cover Azure Data Factory in a one video with a real-time case study. So agenda of this video is like here we are going to start Azure Data Factory with what is Azure Data Factory, and then we are going to see what is ETL and pipeline, how actually it works. We are also going to cover how actually Data Factory components look like. We are going to see overview of the Azure cloud and the ADF, and after that we are going to cover the practicals and labs with example. So we are going to cover three case study. First case study is like how to perform a data pipeline activity and copy data from a blob storage account to the other. Second case study is like how to perform a delete activities in a ADF and delete irrelevant files from the blob storage account. In the next case study, we are going to see how to perform activity, copy data activity from SQL database to the blob storage. So this is the agenda of this video, and we are going to cover from basic level everything we are going to see with the example and with the practical. So stay tuned and don't forget to subscribe my channel. Before starting to the Azure Data Factory, first we should understand what is ETL. So ETL is nothing but it is a extract, transform and load. So I will give you example with one of the case study. So suppose in real case what actually happen is like we are having a data into a multiple resources. We are having a data into a SQL server. We are having a data into another DB. So this kind of the scenario actually happens, and most of the time the data is not in a proper format. So after that, what actually do we do is like we perform some kind of the transformation activity. Like suppose you have to do a joining activity, you have to do a copy activity, you have to do any kind of the transformation you want to perform. Suppose you want to change the date format, so that is also one kind of the transformation. So this kind of the transformation actually we do in the transformation layer, and the third layer actually comes like load. So after that we actually try to load a relevant data into a particular table with the particular schema format. So that is nothing but a load. So it actually consists of the three word. One is E is nothing but extract. We are extracting a data from a different resources. T is nothing but the transformation, where actually we try to perform some kind of the transformation. We are going to see in a coming video like how actually we can perform a transformation also. And after that, nothing but the load is like we are loading the data into particular destination, and after that we actually do a reporting on the top of it. So that is nothing but our ETL factory. Azure Data Factory, it is a cloud-based ETL and data integration service that allows you to create data-driven workflow for orchestration, data movement, and transforming data at a scale. In a simple way, we can say we are performing a ETL activity in a cloud space. So here actually we are using Azure, so that's why we are giving as a Azure Data Factory. Okay, see we have one example. In this example, what actually the scenario is like, suppose we have a CSV file that is actually stored in the Azure data platform in a storage account, and we want to copy this file into a particular table that is nothing but our SQL server table. So this kind of the pipeline if you want to create with the help, so for that actually we use Azure Data Factory. In Azure Data Factory only we try to create this kind of the pipeline. In the coming video we are going to see this all the scenario in a practical, so that you will get a more idea about it. Create a data factory. Okay, so in the search bar if you will search data factory, you can see data factories is coming. Once you will click here, you will be landing up to this page. Okay, now if you can see the option like create data factory, if you will click here, from here also you can create a data factory, or from here also there is one option create. If we'll click here, from there also you can create a data factory. We are going to create a data factory, so I will first click on the create data factory. Okay, once you click, it will land up to this particular screen. Here the resource group, before creating to any kind of the resources, first you have to create a resource group. In the particular resource group only you are going to create any kind of the activities. Okay, so we have created already a resource group. So that only I am going to use. After that, instance detail, here you have to give your Azure Data Factory name. So as of now, I am going to give, make sure it should be unique. So you have to give a different unique name. Okay. Now the reason I am selecting as a East US, I'm going to select as a West US2. Based on the your reason, you can select it. Okay. Version. So as of now, it is including V2. So I am going with the V2 only. Now we will click on the next. Okay. If you want to add your the GitHub repository and all, that also you can do it from here. But I'm not going to do, so I will click on the configure Git later. Now next, connect to your public endpoint, private endpoint you can give. But as of now, public endpoint only I'm giving. Now next, you can give name. Okay. Now let's create. Now it is going to check, and now if you will click on the create button, it is going to create. So if you can see in the right side, initialization of the deployment. Now if you will click here, here you can see all the notification, what are the activities we are going to do. So all the notification you can see. As of now, we are creating a data factory. So the process, actually you can see what is the current status. This all the things we can see via notification window. Okay. Now we will wait it to be launched. Till then, what actually we are going to do is like we are going to create a storage account. So for creating a blob storage, first you have to search a storage. Okay. If you will search storage, the storage accounts will come. Here also, this is the particular window. Here you are going to land up. You will click on the create storage account. Okay. Now you have to select the resource group. You have to give a resource name. I'm going to give as a blob storage 075. Make sure it should be unique. Okay. After that, I'm going to click on the next, next, next. If you want to do any kind of encryption and all, you can do. As of now, I'm going with the by default. Okay. And after that, I'm going to create a storage account. I clicked on the create. Now if you will go into the notification window, you can see deployment succeed for the data factory, and the initialization deployment is for the storage account. That is in progress. We will wait it to be completed. Till then, what we will do, we will see how actually go to resource group. So this is nothing but your Azure Data Factory. You can see POC Azure Data Factory copy which we have created. Okay. So this is nothing but your Azure Data Factory which we have created. If I will click here, okay. Now, now if you see here in the left side, we have a overview. In overview, you can see all your monitoring about your Azure Data Factory. What are the activity? As we have created newly, it is not showing anything, but it is going to show you all the activity, whatever you are doing, all the trigger run, activity run, pipeline runs. This kind of the information you will get to see here. Integration runtime memory. This all the thing you can monitor from here. Activity logs. You can see all the your activity logs here. Okay, networking, manage identities. You can create an alert from here. We have an alert option. If you want to create any kind of the alert, like you want to get an email, so that kind of the alert you can create from here. We will see it later, but as of now, this is a particular screen. Okay. Now if you can see here, there is one option like open. If I will click here open, it is opening a new window. That is nothing but our Azure Data Factory. For Azure Data Factory, we have a separate URL. Okay, we will wait it to be open. So what I did, I have created a data factory. I have opened it. After that, here you can see open Azure Data Factory Studio. So there actually I clicked, and now it is opening a Azure Data Factory Studio. Now here onwards, all the kind of the pipeline creation and everything we are going to do in Azure Data Factory Studio only. It is still opening, so we will wait it to be open. Till then, we have done one more activity, that is like we have created a storage account also. Okay, so if you want to see storage account also, so this is the blob storage 075 which we have created, and this is the overview page where you can see all the things regarding your storage account. Now what we are going to do is like, if you can see data storage, one container is there in a container. Okay, here here we are going to create a container. So one folder I am creating as a raw. Okay, and I am going to create that folder. Actually in the raw, I am going to load all my raw data, and after that I am going to create one more, that is nothing but a curated data. Okay, click on the create. Okay, so I have created a two folder, one is raw, you can see here, second is curated, there is no file available here. Okay, now in a raw folder, suppose if you want to upload any kind of a file, so click on the upload button. Now in the right side you can see, right, select a file. So what actually I am going to do is like, I am going to upload any file. Okay, let me search any file which I can upload. Let me see. Okay, okay, this is the file I am going to upload. Just click on the upload. So this is the CSV file which I have uploaded. Now if you want to see like how actually it looks like this. Here we have a name, second interest, type, payment rates. This kind of the information are available. Okay. So I have loaded into a raw. Now second folder is curated. As of now there is no file available. So but we are going to do it with the help of the Azure Studio. Now if you can see, this is nothing but your Azure Data Factory Studio. Here most of the time whatever the data pipeline creation and everything you are going to do here only. So once you will open this, you will be able to see this particular screen. Okay, now in the left side you can see one is like home. If you will click on the home button, this is the particular screen you will see, and next is the author. Once you will click on the author, here you can see all the things like pipelines, data set, data flow, power query. And in this is the particular screen where actually you are going to do most of the activity. Most of the time you are going to spend here only. Means we have to create a pipeline, we have to create a data set, we have to create a data flow, we have to create a power query and all. Everything we are going to see. Okay. Now next is like monitor. Okay, this is a particular screen. Suppose you have created any kind of the pipeline, and if you want to do any kind of the monitoring, so here actually you can do all the monitoring things. Like if you want to trigger runs, integration runtime. So these are the things. See, auto resolve integration runtime. It is by default created by Azure itself. Okay, and finally we have our manage, where actually you can create a link service integration runtime and everything you can create from here. Now let's see. Now let's coming to the lab part. So once you will log in with the portal.azure.com, so this is the URL through which you can log into the Azure website. Once you will log in, first you have to create an account, then only you will be able to log in. Okay. Once you will be logging, this is the particular screen you will be able to see. Okay. Now let's see. So if you can see like recent resources, so here actually you can see what are the recently the resources which you have created. Okay. If you can click on the see all, here actually whatever the resource you will create, you will be able to see. Okay. In the left side, if you can click here, here also you can land over to the particular service you want to go to that. So from here actually directly you can go. Okay. And also you can do a search also. If I want to search like the data factory, here also I can go to the particular service. Okay. Similarly, you can explore multiple options are available here. If you want to use the cloud shell, that also you can do here with here. And also there are multiple things are available. But in our recently we are mostly focusing on the to work on the Azure Data Factory, how actually we can create a pipeline and all. So we are going to see that. See, now let's coming to the lab part. So once you will log in with the portal.azure.com, so this is the URL through which you can log into the Azure website. Once you will log in, first you have to create an account, then only you will be able to log in. Okay. Once you will be logging, this is the particular screen you will be able to see. Okay. Now let's see. So if you can see like recent resources, so here actually you can see what are the recently the resources which you have created. Okay. If you can click on the see all, here actually whatever the resource you will create, you will be able to see. Okay. In the left side, if you can click here, here also you can land over to the particular service you want to go to that. So from here actually directly you can go. Okay. And also you can do a search also. If I want to search like the data factory, here also I can go to the particular service. Okay. Similarly, you can explore multiple options are available here. If you want to use the cloud shell, that also you can do here with here. And also there are multiple things are available. But in our recently we are mostly focusing on the to work on the Azure Data Factory, how actually we can create a pipeline and all. So we are going to see that. Hi guys. Let's see one scenario, one case study. In this case study, what actually we are going to do is like we are going to do a copy activity. So our scenario is like we have a data coming in a storage account. That is a that is the one storage account which we have created into Azure. Okay. So what actually happening is like in a daily basis on the particular storage account, we are receiving a data into a CSV format. Okay, so that is nothing but our raw folder. Now we are going to create a pipeline so that we are going to copy a data from this particular storage account to a curated storage account. So this is the pipeline which we are going to create now. Okay. So let me go to the particular screen. Okay. Now if you can see like this is a particular screen. What I have done, I have opened Azure Studio and I have clicked on this author. Okay. Once you will click on this author, you can see like you have a pipeline, data set, data flow, and Power Query. What I will do, I am going to create a new pipeline. So I will click on the new pipeline. Okay. Now you can see there are multiple activities are here. If you click on the more transfer, you can do a copy activity, you can do a data flow, Azure Data Explorer, Azure Function, Bash Services, you can do a Databricks, you can write a notebook, USQL General. So there are different kind of the activities are available. Get metadata, lookup, store procedure, SD insight, machine learning things and all. So there are so many activities are there, and to do that, suppose in the particular scenario we are performing a copy data activity, right? So you just had to drag it, copy data. Okay, so I had done the copy data. Okay, after that, if you can see in the below section, it is asking like name. So name I am giving for this pipeline is like block to block copy. Okay, so this is the particular name which I am giving. Here we have option like you can give a description timeout if you want to perform a retry. Suppose one time it is getting failed, and if you want to perform a retry, so you can give here. Retry interval also you can give. As of now, I am not giving. Now second is like a source. Source is like it is asking you like data set. Data set is nothing but on which particular file, right? We have already seen what is dataset. Dataset is nothing but a what file. So for that actually we have to create first a dataset. You can click on the new. Okay. Now here you can see there are the multiple things are available here. You can see like Amazon Market, Web Services, RDS, Amazon S3, block storage, and there are so many things are there. But our files are available into block storage. I will click on the Azure block storage, click on the continue, and our file in the delimited text, so I am going to click on that continue. Okay, so it is asking a name blog copy. Okay, now after that link service is nothing but it is like a connection where actually your file is located. So for that actually we have to create a link service. Okay, I click on the new. Name you can give any name. I am giving Azure blob storage 1, blob storage copy activity. Okay, after that description connect with integration runtime, I am using by default auto resolve one. Okay, Azure subscription, you have to click on the subscription, and after that the storage account. So I created the blob storage 07, for that I am selecting. Okay, now here we have a test connection. You can click on the test connection. Connection is successful. Now click on the create. So it is successfully created. Now here you have to select the file path. Then click on the browse from the raw. Okay, this is the particular file I am selecting. Click on the OK. Click on the OK. So our source is now ready. Okay, now our source is now ready. Now if you will see, the next is like sync. What is your sync? So if you want to, for this also you have to create a data set. Again I am going to do the same activity. Our destination is also blob storage, so I am going to do that. The same procedure. Link service, I can use the same link service because it is pointing to the same, but only where actually I want to store, I am selecting this curated folder. Okay, click on the OK. Now our sync is also ready, means our destination is also ready. So now you can see you have a mapping option, settings, and user property. So this all the things I am keeping as a by default. After doing this all, you have to click on the validate. It means here we have an option validate all. You just have to click on the validate all. Okay. After doing the validation, you have to click on the publishing and publishes. You can see publishing is started, and in the notification you can see the publishing is already started. We will wait it to be published. Okay, publish, it is successfully published. Now we are going to run this particular pipeline. So you can see one option is like add trigger. Once you will click here, you have to click on the trigger now. Okay, now click on the OK. So it is started. Now you can see like the pipeline is running, and another way to monitor this is like in the left side you can see one option monitor. Click here. Okay, the pipeline runs. Here you can see pipeline one which we have created and it is in progress. So from here actually you can monitor it. It is now you can see data pipeline is now succeed. Okay. Now we will go to the our blob storage. Previously we have a copy, we have file here in a row. Now if you click on the curated, it is it was copied. Okay. So our pipeline ran successfully, and these are the thing actually you can schedule also. Okay, the trigger now option I clicked here that time, but if you want to schedule it particular, so you have an option with the help of add trigger, you can actually trigger it and schedule it. Now coming to the case study 2. In this case study, what actually we are going to do is like we are going to perform a daily activities in Azure Data Factory. We are going to create a pipeline and we are going to delete a irrelevant file from the blob storage account. In a previous case study, what actually we have done is like on a daily basis we are getting the data into a one folder that is nothing but a raw, and we are copying that particular data from that folder into a curated folder. Now once you are copied that data into curated, now you don't want that data to be stored into a raw folder, so we want to perform a daily activities from there. So how actually you will do that, in this video we are going to see that. Okay, so for that what actually, so this is the pipeline which we have created previously, and this nothing but this is doing a copy activity. Now again we are going to create a new pipeline. Okay, how to create a pipeline? We have an option. If you click on the plus pipeline, create a pipeline. Now we have created a new pipeline too. Now we have to search a delete. We want to do a delete activities. If you can see in a general, there is one option like delete. Click here. Again, it is asking like delete name. Give any name, whatever you want to give. Now click on the source. What is your source? So for that you have to create a data set. Our source is blob storage, so I'm going to create a blob storage. Link service is like where actually it is pointing. Okay, so it is we are going to create a new storage. Azure subscription. With the subscription storage account blob storage. Click on the create. Okay, now you have to select the folder from where actually you want to delete. You want to delete it from here. Okay, select that. Click on OK. Okay, our source is now ready. Go to the login. Suppose you want to create a login from where actually you want to uh, store the login information. Okay, here again we have to select the folder path. So in curated only I'm going to save as of now, but you can create a separate container for that. Okay, now our login setting is also done. Source is also done. After doing this, you have to just publish it on the publish all. Okay, now it is publishing. You can see here publishing is in progress. Okay, now it is published now. Now what actually we are going to do is like we are going to run this pipeline. So you can see add trigger now. Click on OK. Now you can see the pipeline is running. From here you can monitor. There is one monitor is there where actually whatever the pipeline is ran till date it will show. So this pipeline to we have run now and it is successful. Now we will go here in our blob storage in the raw, right? So see the now there is no file available here because we had deleted the particular file, and this is the log information also it is stored. Okay, so that is how actually it works. Now let's start with our third case study. In this case study, we are performing a copy activity data from a SQL database to the blob storage. So our business scenario is like we have a data coming into the SQL database and we want to save the data into a CSV format into a storage account. So for that we had to create a data pipeline in a ADF so that all the data which is available into database will copy the data from SQL database and it will store into a storage account into a CSV format. Okay, so we are going to do the lab. Okay, so let's go to the Azure portal. First, what actually we are going to do is like in Azure, first we will create a SQL database. In this video, you will get to see like how to create a SQL database also. Here you have to search into search bar SQL database. Once you will click there, you have to click on the create SQL database. Okay, you have to select the resource group. Now you have to give the unique database name. I am giving a SQL storage database. Okay. It should be unique based on the your unique name you can give it. Now you have to create a server. I'm going to create a new server here. Now how actually you want to log in? Okay, that information you have to give. I'm giving some admin login. Okay. After that, click on the. Okay, the server name should be unique. Okay, click on the OK. Now I created a server. Okay, after that, here you can see compute and storage, right? Click there. We are going with so here we have so many options. You can see the pricing also, but I am going with the basic, so it will cost me like $5 only. Okay, apply. After that, click on the networking, giving public endpoint, allow access, and security. Selecting start filter, click on the next. I am using as a sample database. Okay. Next, next. Click on the create. If you can see in the notification, I think first it will validate and then only it will initialize the deployment. You can see initialize deployment is in progress. We will wait it to be completed. You can see like it is in progress. Once it's complete, we will see the data and we will be able to query it. So that are the thing which we are going to see now. So first we will wait it to be completed. It is still running. Now you can see deployment is succeed. Click on the go to resource. In the left side you can see query editor, right? Click there. Now the login password, whatever you have given, you can give. Now you can see like here we have a several tables available, and here we have a query window. And if you want to do, suppose you want to do a product, run the query. You can see query is running now. Now you can see these are the data available. Now we want, what we want to do is like we want to copy this data into as a CSV format into our storage account. Okay, so these are the things we are going to do. Before that, what actually I will do is like I'll create a one more storage account. Okay, go to the blob storage, click on the container. I'm going to create one more container. Name is like SQL copy. Create. In a SQL copy only, as you can see, there is no file. As you can see, there is no file available. But here only we are going to copy the data from SQL to here. Okay, and this sales dot product only we are going to copy. So let's go to the Azure Data Factory Studio. First, we will create a pipeline, new pipeline. Create here pipeline. We are doing a copy data source. Click on the source. We have to create a data set. Our source is like SQL database, right? So click on the it's a Azure Sql Database. It is Azure Sql Database. Click here. Click on the link service. Create a new link service. Azure Azure subscription. Click on the Azure subscription. Server name. We have created a server name. Database also. Username. Now you have to perform a test connection. If the test is successful, then we will create it. Now you can see here, this all of the tables are available, but what we are going to select a product table. Okay, click on OK. So this is our source is now ready. Now click on the sync. Click on the new. Click on the blob storage. Click on the SSCSV you want to save it. Click on the link service. Let's create a new link service. Click on the subscription. Click on the storage account. Click on the create. Now let's select the path. Path is like in a SQL copy, only we want to load it. Okay, click on the OK. Now our destination sync is also ready. Source is also ready. Now what we will do, we will publish it. Click on the publish all. You can see it is in progress publishing. You can see publish is completed. Now what we will do, we will trigger. Click on the trigger now. Okay. Now we are running the pipeline. It will copy the data from SQL database to a storage account. Once it will complete, we will see into storage account. File is there on. You can see it is succeed now. Now let's go to the blob storage in SQL copy. You can see sales ID product is there with that in TXT format. If you want, you can download this file also. Okay, and this is the same. This is the file which we have copied from this database. So that is how actually you can do a multiple copy activity or any kind of the activity you can perform. That's it from this video.